Hello everyone, it's Annabelle, your Community Connection Realtor from the AA Soul team, powered by Maxbrook Clarkston. Today I'm here with Christine Duquette, an amazing photographer. Thanks for being here, Christine.
I'm so excited to be here.
Oh, it's a pleasure to have you. So we've known each other for quite some time. Our children are roommates and went to high school together, so I'm blessed that your child is my child's best friend.
And I am also likewise blessed.
Yeah, they're amazing kids. We're really lucky.
Yeah.
And you photographed some of her important moments throughout her life, from senior pictures to homecomings and things like that. So our family really appreciates you. On top of that, Christine has also done my branding photo shoot. It was amazing working with you. Head over to my website, aasold.com. Check out the beautiful package of photography that you put together for me. You could not have showcased me or spotlit me in a better way. Honestly, I felt amazing.
Oh, I'm so glad. It was a blast. I sometimes just take those images out and look at them myself.
I do the same. I just scroll through them and I'm like, this is just amazing. You really captured the brand and the look that I was going for, as well as my personality. So I really appreciate you.
I'm so glad. Well, we did spend some time working it out and talking about what you were looking for. And so you had a great vision for what you wanted, and it came together well.
I appreciate that. And you took my vision and you created a mood board and you had poses. Like, you were planned to the T. It was so stress-free and just calming, honestly.
Oh,
I
I'm
had
so glad.
a really great time. So.
That's great. That's part of my brand.
Yeah, perfect. And you're great at it. You just eased
Thank
all
you.
my nerves, and I felt like I was a model for a living or something, even though I'm not.
Gorgeous.
I
You
might
are
be.
Gorgeous.
Okay. So when did your passion for photography start, Christine?
It started when I was 12, and my dad, I wasn't a very athletic child, but my siblings were, and my dad thought we should always be busy. So he was looking for ways to keep me busy, and he tried signing me up for volleyball, and that didn't work out so great. So he switched over to arts and bought a camera, and back then I had never seen a camera where the lens comes off, and it was a very exciting thing, and I played with that lens. I could zoom in, I could zoom out, and just take pictures of all of my siblings, and I just carried it through the rest of my life.
That's awesome. How lucky to have a dad that really kind of supports each of their kids and tries to hone their passions individually. That's a great quality.
Yeah, it's pretty lucky.
Yeah, I'm thankful for him. It's benefited me really well. So, what are your favorite things to capture through a lens?
I really like people. I'm not so great at landscapes. My husband likes to photograph landscapes, and I know many amazing landscape photographers, but I like the emotions involved in capturing people, the time and the emotion and facial expressions and just the storytelling behind people. Many years down the road, you'll be able to look at that and see differences or have memories, and that's important to me.
Yeah, I'm really appreciative of you capturing time so well. I think that's what you do. You really capture time and pause it, and it's a whole story in one image. It's amazing.
It's the most beautiful thing about photography.
Do you have any upcoming projects you're excited about?
I do. I've been working on some commercial photography, and I've been doing 360 virtual tours, which are helpful in real estate.
Yeah.
But also for Google search engine optimization. You get points for using 360 virtual tours on the inside of your building. And so I've been working on some projects for some businesses that utilize that.
Yeah, the 360 virtual tours are really interesting art for me. It allows you to immerse yourself in a space without actually being there, and I'm kind of nerdy about them. I love them. I will just sit there and walk through buildings that I'm not at. Especially with COVID, like they used them in museums and stuff.
Absolutely.
It was really cool way to keep us connected when we couldn't be connected, and to allow you to be places you're not physically at.
Yeah, that's a good point. And I like to hear the user's perspective because it's different than mine, and it just gives me a more holistic idea of what the technology is like. It's fascinating the way the process unfolds. You just stick your camera in the middle of the room, and in 1 second it takes 360 degrees of images.
Right.
And Facebook, Meta, is great now because it integrates with those 360 tours. So you can just move your body while you're in the Facebook app and it will take you around the room.
Oh yeah, that technology is amazing.
So
And it's
cool.
I agree with you, it's an important marketing tool when we're selling houses, and that's why I'm appreciative I have you on my team to help provide that to my clients.
So cool.
Yeah.
So cool.
Absolutely. Has photography always been a business for you, or what led you to combine your passion and business together?
I've always wanted it to be part of my portfolio of things to offer people. And for a long time, it was a business because I would do it for people, but I wouldn't charge anything.
Okay.
I would
it was
just
pro bono.
I'd just give it away to whoever wanted it. And still, I do some charity work because I do think it's important that even if someone doesn't have the means, they should record those times. And so, by whatever means necessary, and thankful that there are iPhone cameras that are so great. It's a little damaging to my business, but but you should record time. And so I've always wanted to make it a business. I went to college for it. But in the earlier years of my life, it was more of a passion and less of a business. And as my children have grown, I've had more time to get back, like to go back and really put time into the business aspect instead of working in corporate America to support my family.
And what I love about you is your passion really shines through. So it's clear that it's not just a business, that it's your passion and you're helping people and you happen to be doing it as a business too. And you're great at both of them. But I love that your passion really shines. And I think some people lose that when they kind of combine business and passion. And you've really held on to that well.
Yeah, thank you. I've always told my children, find what you love and the money will come. I get a little bit of criticism for that, but I do think it's true. If you chase the money, then you lose pieces of what make you you. And so I do think it's important to do what you love in any measure to keep it part of your life.
Awesome. I love that. Obviously, you were lucky that your dad kind of helped guide your passion or give you the tools, at least. I'm not saying giving him credit for it, but he gave you the tools you needed to develop your passion. What is your advice for photographers who are starting out? Besides obviously having a good support, what else can you offer for?
Yeah, I would say even if you don't have a good support, do it anyway. Even if you don't, and if you get in criticism, and because you will start to feel, maybe I'm not cut out for this. At various levels, the technology grows and you continue to grow. And so you do start to feel, oh no, I'm not good enough for that. But just keep doing it, even if you don't have the support. But I would also say, don't wait till you have the biggest, best, most expensive equipment, because it again constantly grows and you will never get there and you'll never get started. Just start. Right. Just start with whatever you have. Even if it's just a $25 point and shoot or a Five Below point and shoot. Just do it. Just do it. And not be afraid to develop your own style. Yeah. You don't have to match anybody else's style. You can be completely unique.
Yeah, and I think that's what makes artists great at what they do, is they really embrace their own unique skills. And I say the same thing about realtors. There's a realtor that matches up with probably every human's personality, and the same thing about a photographer. It's not a one size fits all. It's really important to be yourself so the right people find you.
Absolutely. And as a consumer of a photographer, if you're looking for a photographer, you should review their portfolio and make sure that their style matches what you're looking for. It is difficult to try to box into a different style, but if it's natural to someone and that's what you're looking for, you should definitely research their portfolios.
And we've already touched on this a bit, but why do you think photography is important?
Yes, exactly. We have touched on it. I do think it's important for recording time and telling stories. Even for branding photography, it is important to tell the story of your brand. That's what branding is. It's the story of you. for senior pictures, which I love to do, and we're in the middle of senior session for the next senior class. But it's recording that time and having that experience. I do think professional photography is important because we take pictures of everything now with our phones. Everything that we do, we are taking pictures, and that is absolutely wonderful. I love it. But having a professional session is an experience, and you should do it occasionally. Even if you're not looking for something specific, just to have the experience of someone else is recording your time and where you're at in that moment in life. I did my own photo session last month, and I kept putting it off because I wanted to lose more weight. And I'm so grateful to my hairstylist because she said, we are where we are in the moment. And that is exactly right. We are where we are in the moment. And that should be recorded no matter what the moment looks like.
I appreciate that. I feel like what you're saying is like appreciate each step of your journey, whether you're behind the camera or in front of the camera, honor where you're at.
Exactly.
I love
Yes.
that. I really love that. I think that's really impactful, actually.
I thought so too when she told me. It a little bit changed my life.
Right? Yeah, I mean, and your photography, they were beautiful photos.
Thank you.
The concept was unique, amazing. I think we're talking about
the one in the red dress.
Yes.
Yeah. Go to my website.
Yes, go to her website. It's dukestudio.com.
Yes.
And you captured your own personality amazingly, and yeah,
Thank
the
you.
concept was super cute.
I'm glad I finally did it because as I was waiting to lose weight, I was aging. So you capture the moment where you're at.
Yeah.
And don't be afraid of whatever is going on. Take the picture.
Yeah, that's really solid advice.
Yeah.
What is your favorite part about being a local photographer?
I think it's getting to know people and getting to record families as they grow. Senior pictures are something that I really, really enjoy, and taking photos for the first child of the family is just so great for me. I love it because then the siblings that follow them, I get to record their story and their photos. The style is the same, but also it's just like each one of them are so different, and you get to know the families and the dynamics of the families and how one is different than the other. And I just really love that. And as far as business goes, I'm a local small business, and I want to support those businesses too.
Well, and I feel like you're kind of ingrained in the youth in a way because you've seen quite a few kids from our local community. They came through your studio, or you've had a session with them at whatever place, and I think that's it's huge. I think you have a really good energy, so in a way you're kind of planting little seeds throughout all of these people that grow into big adults, humans. They're all humans. Grow into adults.
That's so lovely. I love the thought of that. That's great. Yes, I feel that.
Yeah. I think we've touched on this a bit. How can clients best prepare for a photo shoot?
They can review the portfolios of the photographers that they're looking at to make sure the style is right. Reach out to the photographer and have good conversations about what you're looking for and what they offer. Don't be afraid to make a little bit of an investment because, like I said, it's going to last a lifetime. So maybe work with your photographer if you don't have the budget, or you can get something that's within your budget. But definitely it is an investment for many generations going forward. But then have a follow-up conversation after you've booked the session with your photographer. Have follow-up conversations about what the concepts look like, where you're going to go, how many outfits you're going to have, what kind of outfits you should have. Your photographer can make many suggestions to you based on what you're looking for that you may not have thought of. That will really make your photos special. personally, I like just a little pop of color.
Mm-hmm.
Just one little pop of color can just be great. And the color depends on who you are.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So
absolutely.
it's not always red, which was the color I wore. But talk about the settings and what feeling you're trying to express, and make sure that your photographer understands that, and that you understand what your photographer is offering.
Yeah, and one thing I liked about you when I worked with you is like sometimes photographers, obviously every photographer has a style, but I feel like some of them get stuck where they're literally just creating the same photograph with different people inside of it. Does that make sense?
Yes, I get it.
And there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, if it works, some people pick the photographer for that reason,
Yeah,
right?
they want that.
But what I loved about you is our communication. It was really a custom experience for me, for my brand, and you really got to know me, and I don't know, you worked magic, quite frankly. So
thank you.
I
think
appreciate
that's
it.
Thank you. I appreciate it too. I think it's just communication. I mean, you can't be afraid to communicate, and sometimes I worry that I'm over communicating. Like I don't want to bombard you with communication, but if you're just communicating back and forth and you're working at the same session as partners, you will get a better result.
Yeah, I really found it to ease a lot of my worries. I'm kind of a high-strung person in general, and I felt very calm and at ease with you, so it was amazing.
I appreciate that you were willing to do the things I asked.
Yes, I love that you had that.
Stand like this, sit like that.
I'm sitting there going, is she going to expect me to know what to do? Like, I don't know how to do. And no, you were like, hit this pose. And I was like, okay. And I'm not hitting the poses. She does that, not me. Okay. Let's talk about real estate photo shoots a little bit right now. I always tell my clients, declutter, depersonalize, and a fresh coat of paint. Those are kind of my 3 go-tos. What are your tips for people staging their home for photo shoot for selling their house?
I would say keep it light. That the wall color is going to reflect the light back into the room, and so if you want a warm looking room, to have warm colors in the space. If you want a clean, light, bright look, then which I would recommend almost always, I would go with whites and creams and greens, blues that will give a nice light back. Wood tones, metal tones, anything that is just going to feel very natural and bright.
Got it. So consider your color palette and your textures in the space. I love that.
Exactly. Yes.
Love that. So the reason I got into real estate was my desire to connect and uplift the community, which is why I'm meeting with businesses like you. What do you love about our hometown and our community?
I like that everybody wants to do good. Like they want to be part of the community. They want to do good. They may have different versions of what they think good is, but they want. But their desire to do it is what is so special.
I agree. I do agree. Yeah, I do think we definitely can come together when the time's right and in our own way.
Yes, agreed.
Well, I appreciate your time here today. How can the community get a hold of you? I think I've mentioned dukestudio.com, correct?
Yep, dukestudio.com, and all of my contact information is there. My email is info@dukestudio.com. And Duke Studio is DUQSTUDIO.com.
All right, I'll link it in the caption as well. That's what it's called, the caption. I'll link it in the caption. Description. I'll link it in the description.
Thank you. I appreciate that. And I'd love to have a conversation with anyone who would like to have a photo session.
Yeah, if you're considering getting any type of photography done, definitely talk to Christine. She can showcase you and your best version of yourself and your family. Well, thank you again for being here.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah. Have a great day, everyone.